What is up, everyone? Welcome back to Talking Dynasty. I'm usually your co-host, but today I'm going to be your host. My name is Justin Olson, and I'm here with Seth Frex. What's going on, Seth?
How's it going, buddy?
Oh, another day in paradise, man. This Kansas City sports. So, did you watch that Royals game today?
I didn't get to. I kind of got home late from work, so tried to take a little nap. Just kind of watch some of the highlights.
Yeah, it was pretty crazy game.
Pretty
Nothing
good
too
day.
exciting. Yeah, it wasn't nothing too exciting. I mean, Greinke coming back, everybody was pretty hyped up. I think he had like one strikeout in 6 innings. Not a huge,
Yeah, he did only allow 1 point, 1 run though, so.
Yeah, so you can't be too mad at that. And Bobby Witt, man, that was crazy. Bobby Witt hitting that double, 2 outs, 8th inning, score that game leading run. Man, that was pretty crazy.
Yeah, I think he's gonna be pretty good. I mean, definitely a good start.
And he's just so, I don't know. It's just like he has no excitement whatsoever. I watched a video of God, I can't remember his name, but one of the Royals lead guys telling them basically, "Welcome to the major leagues," and he was just like, "They was like, what do you got to say, Bobby?" And he was just like, "Let's go," like calm as could be, man. It was pretty crazy.
That's to me. I find that good. He's already humble, and hopefully he can stay that way, especially if he develops into the guy that everyone says he's going to be or projects him to be.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I agree 100% with you. Adam, of course, said their presentation was lame too. I mean, it was. I mean, they called him into the office. They had a few guys come up. I don't remember. I think it was Benintendi, Salvi, and Witt, I think is who it was. But yeah, it wasn't nothing too exciting. But I mean, I don't know if I was in the minor leagues getting told that, hey, you're gonna make millions now. I would have some kind of excitement in my face, and he like barely busted a smile, which, like you said, though, that's good for the humbleness, but I don't know. I was expecting more excitement.
You would definitely think so, especially for his, basically that's probably his first big press conference.
Right. Yeah. So, that being said, did you watch that national championship, Jayhawks?
Yeah. So, I mean, I said it a lot going to the championship when we started. Obviously, KU was my team, and I wanted them to win, but I didn't think they would make it past the Final Four. Like, that's the deepest I figured they would get. And then when went to the championship against North Carolina, after that first half too, I was like, man, fucking knew it. Yeah. The one team that I figured was going to be the team that would just dominate us. And in the first half, I mean, they did pretty much. They go to halftime, 15 points. I mean, we was leading for a little while, but the first half going into halftime, 15 points down.
Yeah, that was a tough one to swallow for sure. But I don't know if you noticed, but it was like whoever had that basket or that goal, it was like that team couldn't make any shots. I mean, that whole first half, we was terrible. I mean, we had a decent start, but then went terrible after that. Couldn't hit free throws. I mean, we was missing everything. It seemed like second half, it was like a whole different team out there. It was crazy.
Well, too, I think they kind of completely changed their game around, at least for the start of the second half. Like they really to me in the first half wasn't even trying to go into the paint really. Like they were just trying to do jumpers, and it's almost like they were trying to stay away from their their
Big
two big guys. Like, no,
Right.
I don't want to go down there. Which they definitely had the height advantage, honestly, and their big guys are bigger than our big guys. And that's what
Right.
I
Yeah.
figured was going to be our downfall, is maybe they were going to play that outside the paint and not get rebounds, but they figured it out. So
Yeah,
all that
man,
matters.
that was crazy. I definitely thought that was, they have those two good big guys, Brady Manick. I mean, I consider him another good big guy for him, and I didn't know how it was going to match up because like our guys aren't small, but they're fast. So it was like we had the speed advantage, but they had like the size advantage. So it was like at the same time, I didn't know exactly. Uh, I don't know. It was crazy though. That's all I know. Adam said we had the easiest path. I mean, I don't disagree. I don't know if you guys seen that, but
Yeah,
the
I
woman,
did. I
the
agree with that.
the women's national championship. Did you see who South Carolina beat to win the finals or to win the national championship?
Oh yeah, they beat the same teams we did, like
Yeah,
almost the same teams.
how crazy is that? The fact that we both played Creighton or Villanova and North Carolina. I thought that was pretty crazy.
Yeah, how many times is that gonna happen? Never.
Yeah, I'm surprised it even happened for sure. Adam also said, for not hitting any free throws and not rebounding, we found a way. Yeah, I
Oh yeah,
definitely think.
that was wow. This thing keeps tipping on me. It was definitely I was say I was a lot happier in the second half
For
watching it.
sure. Yeah, it was pretty crazy for sure. Not hitting any free throws, not rebounding. It was like, I mean, those are the two things that you have to do to win games, especially big games like that. And for us not to do that and still find a way to win, I mean, I think coaching had a lot to do with it. I felt like what's his name? Hubert Davis, I think is his name, but I felt
Yeah, I
like
think
there
that was
was,
his first year too as their head
yeah,
coach.
it was, and I feel like there was times where Bill Self would have called a timeout,
Which,
and I don't know. I think that gave us a huge benefit, and yeah, it definitely helped us seal the path there.
this is kind of really to me a plus and minus for North Carolina with that being his first year. That being his first year, you kind of wonder, okay, yeah, he had the players, but was it really any of those his players?
No, but he was there with Roy, I'm pretty sure, and he
Yeah,
was like
yeah,
an
yeah, he was.
assistant coach. So I mean, you could say they
And
weren't
two
his
though,
players, but
if they and with basketball, really like, especially since when he left, they could have left too.
yeah, that's true. Okay, so did you see? What's your thoughts on Ochai winning the MVP?
Uh,
Did you think McCormick deserved it more? I mean, I
it's
don't
kind of
know.
really hard for me. I think he deserved it, but I can also see where people think Cormick deserved it. But I mean, in my opinion, I think it went to the right guy.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, McCormick had a double double, 15
Yeah,
points, 10 rebounds. Uh, Obaji, he had a terrible first half, and came back strong in the second half. So I think that kind of favored
I
him a
think.
little bit.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, it was kind of hard for me. I mean, because at first sight, I kind of thought it was I did. I thought it was like, why didn't he? Why didn't he win? But really, without him playing how he did in the second half, they don't win. They don't win at all. They probably lose by 10 points.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like you can make an argument for Brown. He had some huge moments in the second half too. Remy Martin definitely had some big, huge threes. It felt like, I felt like every time it came down to a tie game, it was like a Remy Martin three that came after that to give us the lead back.
Yeah, he had some
So,
clutch shots. And he has a hell of a
so
name too.
right, yeah, no kidding. Yeah, it's definitely a tough one. But could you imagine being that guy that has to make those decisions? Like, I don't know. Like, I feel like no matter who you choose, especially with stats that close to each other, 'cause I don't think any of them had over 15 points. McCormick, I think, was the only one that had a double double besides Brown. And it's so close stats wise that I feel like, no matter what, you're going to have your Adams that aren't happy with who you choose. I definitely thought that McCormick deserved it too, but I don't know.
Yeah, it's yeah. I can see.
Both sides. Yeah.
Yeah, I can because I kind of, to be honest with you, I kind of talked myself into him being it. Because at first I was like, man, he kind of robbed him there, but I guess really, that second half he came on strong. So maybe if you put that into the equation, maybe that's really why they gave it to him.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I'm sure they got some type of method of figuring it out. You know what I mean? Like, there's got to be some type of equation, different numbers that they put in there to figure that out. But I agree with Adam. Without DeJuan Harris setting the tone defensively in the second half, that's another factor in the game. I feel like DeJuan wasn't the only one, though, man. There was huge defensive plays from all of our guys. There was probably just more from DeJuan Harris. What do you think, Seth? Who do you think was our defensive stud?
I agree. I think Harris definitely set the tone. Yeah, I think it'd have to be Harris.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I feel like with Remy's speed, sometimes, like, I don't remember their point guard's name. I think it was like Love or something like that. But I feel like he started to step up
Is he
and
the one that
be
got
the.
hurt?
No, the one that got hurt was the. No, that was.
No, the one that. Maybe I'm thinking of a different game.
I know Babcock got their big guy got hurt the game before against Duke, but he came back in. And I'm pretty sure he got hurt against us too. But regardless,
Yeah,
man.
the last. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking of. He missed out on the last 38 seconds of the game.
Yeah, Adam said Love did get hurt too. He said he rolled
Yeah,
his ankle.
Okay,
so yeah. Okay, I guess maybe I just thought Remy Martin just played Killer D and shut him down and put him in his own little. But I don't know. Regardless, that was a great game. It definitely came down to defense and coaching, in my opinion.
Yeah, I think I think Carolina got him another good one.
He said Love shot 4 for 24. No kidding. I did not realize he was that bad that game. Holy cow.
Yeah.
I mean, but they all, like I said, man, it was like that second half. Their whole team couldn't play worth a crap on that goal that we couldn't play worth a crap on.
Yeah, there could have been something mess up with it. You know, yeah.
I think they got their rim from Worlds of Fun.
Springs or something.
Yeah. All right. So, what do you think about the Chiefs, man? What's your feelings on everything that's been going down with the Chiefs? I haven't talked to you. I don't think I've talked to you since
It's
since the off season, really. How do you feel about
that's,
Tyreek Hill?
I said I liked it, and the only reason why I like it, I mean, obviously I showed you what I have back there. I would want him to stay if we could have had it work out, but didn't. So when you go and look at it on the other side of, okay, these are what we got more for Tyreek than they got for Devontae Adams.
Right.
And Tyreek's not Devontae.
Yeah.
Is he good? Absolutely. And that's what I said. That's why I said I think we kind of, if you compare the two trades, we kind of robbed the Dolphins.
I mean,
And then they paid him so much too.
Yeah, I don't think we get rid of him for anything. I don't know. I don't think we could get rid of him.
But it
for
hurts
anything.
because how many wide receivers can you think of that have done that for not only the Chiefs but a team in any NFL? Like, did he have blow you out of the water numbers? No, he had great numbers, yeah, but it's what he does on the field. You know, maybe he's not catching 10 passes every game, but the fact that he's so quick that he just frees up so much of the field for all the other people. And when you think of it that way, it kind of gets scary because, you know, we did draft McCole Hardman to replace him because when he had that whole incident when I think it was his kid's arm broke or something,
Right.
they didn't know if he was really going to get charged for it or what was going to happen. So they had to try to find a replacement. So now McCole has to be that guy. Like, is he going to be that guy or is he going to be the next one on a different team?
You think McCole has to be that guy?
I think it's putting pressure on him because everybody knows that. He knows that. And now that Tyreek's not there, do I think he's going to step up? Literally, I think he's going to be our number one guy. No, I don't think he can be a number one guy. I think he can be a solid 2.5 guy.
Right. Yeah, I think that's why they brought Juju in. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
MVS, you know, because they knew that McCole couldn't be that guy.
Oh yeah, and those rating things that they have for speed. MVS is that has the only highest top speed that beat Tyreek.
Right. Yeah.
And I think that's why they wanted him. Plus, Mahomes kind of shot out for him, so that kind of helps when your star quarterback's like, "Hey, I want this guy." Yeah, they're gonna bring him in. But I think we're gonna draft somebody. I really hope it's not in the first round, and I really hope it's not that we're gonna fucking move up like I've been reading. I do not want to move up for any of them wide receivers. I think it's a really, unless you can get like what was his name? Like a Garrett Wilson or a Drake London. Maybe Chris Olave. And the other thing is another wide receiver that I'm absolutely scared of him. And there's a reason why I'm scared of him. Treylon Burks. Yeah, he dominated in college, yes. But if you dig deep into his game film, he played good against freaking people. But the man don't use his fucking hands. You're a goddamn wide receiver. Quit catching the goddamn ball, cradling it. Use your fucking hands. How many
Oh,
times
he's
in
a
the
body
NFL?
catcher.
Yeah, I too
Hmm.
much. Like probably maybe over 50% of his catches are cradle catches. It's
Hmm.
and the reason why he gets away with it is because he's so fucking big. He's like fucking 6'5", 240 or something. He's DK Metcalf size.
Wow. Yeah, I'm not too. I don't really know a lot of the college guys, but some of the mock drafts I've been reading, it said, like you said, the last one I read. It said we was going to trade up to get that wide. I think it was that wide receiver that tore his ACL for Alabama or something. Jameson Williams, or I don't know what his name is honestly.
Yeah, Jameson Williams. It's. I mean, I could see that he was dominant when he played. Uh, but honestly, like with me, I really want them to stick with defense with them. If they don't trade up to get a fucking somebody in defense, like if they're going to trade up to where I've seen people saying they're going to trade up to, they got a fucking chance to possibly get the fucking a top 3 uh, corner or safety. Why am I going to draft somebody on offense when I can get somebody that's going to replace oh god, why am I fucking brain farting? Or fucking Tyrann Mathieu. Um, there's a lot of them that Kyle Hamilton, which is to me the maybe a top 3 prospect this year, and I've seen mock drafts where he's in the 10, 11, and I've heard we might move up to there. Use both of our first round picks to try to move up there to get a wide receiver.
So
No.
you think defense?
If they're going to move up to 10 to 11 and they don't get Kyle Hampton, I'm going to be fucking pissed. I will quit
See,
watching the fucking draft.
my thing is like if you trade up to that, like you said, 10 or 11 spot, you wouldn't go like defensive tackle to where you could get like an absolute monster like Micah Parsons, or you would go with like a cornerback or a safety.
I would, and it's only because who's going to be there? Because the top probably 3, 4 defenders, they're probably going to be gone. Like the D line, you got Aiden Hutchinson. I'm gonna say 1, 2, or 3. Kayvon Thibodeau, 1 to 4. They got my third best lineman is George from Purdue. He's a defensive end. He's the guy that when I first was doing the draft, I said, oh, let's get this guy. But he's been moving up so much that he's another guy that I don't think we're going to be able to get now. Him and Jordan Davis were the 2 people I was said, which Jordan Davis is a Georgia defensive tackle. And we need a defensive end and we need a defensive tackle. If we can get either one of them, I would be fine with that. But both of them in that spot I would be fine with that. So to me, I would want either defensive end. It would have to almost be one of them 3, because the other ones are going to be gone.
So what's that worth? Like, if you was to trade up, how many draft picks would you be willing to get rid of to get one of those guys?
Man, so in my opinion, based off of the tape that I watch, I don't think I like Jordan Davis a lot, but there's still little things that he can work on to be complete dominant. Is he worth To me, I think he's a good maybe 15 or later pick. George, I would get rid of both first round picks to move up to get him if I could. Like almost if George and that safety, if I had to give up both my picks to know that I could have one of them, I would. I would definitely give both of them up. I think he's going to be an all pro. Maybe not his first season because he's going to be in a rotation, but
right.
We can definitely feel comfortable at defensive end when Frank's contract is up, or even if I think we have an out next year now on his contract, we can dump him next year, and I would feel very confident that dude could come in and fill in that role.
See, and that's the thing that messed me up about the whole Tyreek thing, is like if this like I said, I don't know a whole lot about college, but if this draft is so heavy when it comes to like defensive tackles, why would we go ahead and get rid of Frank Clark and pick up keep Tyreek, get rid of Frank Clark, and then replace Clark in the draft?
And I said this last year. I really, really think
I was literally
like everything keeps transitioning to Andy Reid changing his offense a little bit. Like, everyone fucking knows Andy Reid's going to throw the fucking ball. And when you think he's going to run the ball, the motherfucker's going to throw it again. And it just seems like he's trying to transition to, hey, everybody thinks I'm just going to run the ball all the time. Well, guess what? Or pass the ball all the time.
Right. Hey, Seth, let me pause you just for a second. I want to give a shout out real quick to my daughter.
Right.
It's what did I just do? 1 second. It's her birthday today. It's my daughter Leah. Say hi, Leah.
Hi.
It's her 11th birthday. Just want to wish her a big happy birthday. All right. Thanks, sweetie. All right, sorry, Seth. She's been dying to get on here.
Yeah. But yeah, even probably one of the top 3 corners, I would be fine with moving up so much. That top 10 up past 15. Gardner looks like he's going to be a stud. Like, and a lot of the mocks don't have him going past 4, which there are some that do. And obviously anything's really a possibility because you don't really know. Mocks are just what they think people are going to do, and a lot of times they're not. The only ones that are going to be right are maybe the top 3, and then after that it's like, yeah, maybe here and there.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I just feel like when Adam says Clark has some nudes of each, so we have to keep them. That explains a lot. Besides his pay cut, because if I had nudes of each, I wouldn't take a pay cut. But man, I don't know. I feel like with corners, they're so hit and miss. Like if you say you do what you say, you get rid of your 29th and 30th pick to get this guy. Is he going to be that Jalen Ramsey type caliber player that you're hoping he's going to be? Is it worth taking that risk? Like, I don't know, man. Like, that's the thing that's the main reason why I can't really get into the whole college thing is because it's like at the same time, it's like, I don't know, how do you compare college to professional NFL? You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, no, and that's why there's a lot of misses. And to me, the easiest, the easiest positions to grade is wide receiver and corner. Because to me, that is where you're going to find the biggest difference.
Right.
You can clearly tell in college if a corner is going to be really good or if a wide receiver is going to be really good. Which to me was why last year, why the hell, or 2 years ago, why the hell did nobody have Justin Jefferson number one?
Right.
I literally was at our Dynasty draft, and I said when he got fucking picked, because I didn't have a first round pick, I said he got the fucking best wide receiver.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, that still blows my mind. Like, but that's part of it. It's a big guessing game.
Yeah, and you just gotta watch tape. And the thing is with the like offensive linemen, they play so many schemes. They got to do this and that. There's so much more to watch on an offensive lineman and a defensive lineman and a linebacker. And did he shoot this gap? Does he do this? Wide receivers is, to me, the most simple-minded position.
Right.
All you got to do is be athletic. If you can see that, then that's why it's harder. To me, it's always harder to be. You can't just be some big ass fucking guy. Like, look, fucking for instance,
like Andy Gray,
Brock Lesnar.
Yeah.
When he tried out for the Minnesota Vikings and punched one of our guys.
Oh, yeah, I remember that. Yeah, that's crazy.
That dude was not good. That dude was not good at all. But he was absolutely in better shape than anybody on the field. Absolutely. Looked like he could just go out there and he should have just punched people.
Right.
Get away with a punch. This dude not. But it wasn't good. He had it was really bad for him. Like somebody with just pure athletic talent looked completely unathletic.
Right.
And that's the thing that I'm in at. Like wide receiver, if you're that athletic, you're gonna make it. You're gonna at least shine in some time.
Right. Unless you got Zach Wilson or Sam Darnold, or you go to the Jets.
Even then, you're still gonna have games where you make them look good.
Right.
And I think the Jets have some decent wide receivers, but I don't know if he's ready. I don't know if he's ever going to be ready.
So do you think it's like a Jets organization thing, or do you really think that like guys just choke when they go there?
I think it's the area. I think it's a big time area. Like so much publicity, and I think people pay too much attention into it, and I think it's more, I guess I would say, of a character flaw of who they're bringing in, like Zach Wilson. No, not it. That's not the place for him. The type of person he is, I think he's going to feed into it. The second he has, just say, for instance, they make the playoffs this year.
All right.
He's going to go way downhill from there because I think he's going to be super ego guy. Kind of like who I compared him to, Johnny Manziel.
Yeah. Speaking of Johnny Manziel, what do you think about this whole Baker thing?
I never liked Baker. I thought he had good games. I think he can be a decent quarterback, but I think he's low-end starter to a very good backup.
So, do you think he stays or goes?
I think he has to go. Like, how can they pay him that much and Deshaun Watson?
Right. No, I get it, but they're saying that they're trying to get something out of him, and no one's biting.
And no
So
one's
at that
biting
rate,
because everybody knows they're going to be like, you can't fucking
right,
pay both of them. We'll just let you
right,
lose.
yeah,
We'll just let you lose, and we'll take him for a 6th or 7th round pick.
right,
If you don't want to take this 6th or 7th round pick, you can go to hell.
right. Yeah, I think
They,
it's been a crazy offseason to say the least.
yeah. Where they messed up is when they basically told him or said into the media that they were basically giving up on him. They should have traded him then. They should have done everything they can before they signed Deshaun Watson. The second they signed Deshaun Watson, it told everybody in the league, we ain't giving you shit. We'll wait for you to release him. You can either take this 6th or 7th round pick, or we'll wait for you to release him, then we'll sign him.
Right.
And then when you release him and you pay half his salary, we'll pay him $3 million to play for us while you're paying him $14.
Right. So you think he is a backup at best? Like, you don't think that he has a chance, say, to go to Seattle? Adam said no one is going to trade for him. He will be released. I agree with both of you guys. I don't think there's any way in hell anybody's going to trade for him. I mean, like 6th, 7th round pick, I can see that. But at this rate, why go out and pay a quarterback that much money before you get rid of the quarterback you have? I think that's where their biggest mistake was.
Oh, yeah.
Because that was their blatantly obvious, we're moving on from this guy. Well, if you're moving on from him, you're not going to pay him that much money to be a backup.
Yeah, they should have definitely worked harder to try to get rid of him before they signed Deshaun Watson, or maybe even wait a little bit and have a deal in place for Deshaun Watson, and then be like, okay, now we got rid of Baker Will. Or fucking include Baker in the trade.
Dude, that ain't no shit. They got Davis Mills, bro. I think Davis Mills is the most underrated,
he's the most underrated quarterback coming out last year. And
I think he's the most underrated in the whole damn league.
Yeah,
honestly.
yeah.
I mean, look at his numbers last year, and then think of those numbers on the team he had. He didn't have nobody. They was getting rid of everybody they had.
They still got one good wide receiver, and they just re-signed him today.
Did they?
Yeah, they just extended him.
No shit.
For 2 years. Yeah, I think he's another underrated guy. Another underrated wide receiver. Right there. So they got probably the top underrated wide receiver and the top underrated quarterback. But Baker, to have Jarvis Landry and Donica Njoku up there, and those two fucking running backs, Chubb and Hunt, and hell, fucking even that fucking Demetric Fulton or whatever his name was.
Felton. Yeah, Felton.
And then Odell. Dude, come on. And you can't do. And I think they had fucking Austin Hooper, too. Austin Hooper shined in freaking Atlanta. And then he goes there and he looks like a fucking turd.
It just shows how bad he is. Why do you think that is? Like you said, he has his games where he shines, and then he has his games where he's just complete garbage.
To me, honestly, some of the games he has like happy feet, like he does. He gets hit. Too. This quarterback, I think, is better than him, but he's been retired. Joey Harrington. That's what he reminds me of in his play style. You have a quarterback that comes out that you watch his tape and you're like, man, he has almost everything to be pretty much. I think Joey Harrington was leaps and bounds better than him coming out. Joey Harrington looked like he could have been a Hall of Famer. Goes to Detroit and just gets fucking demolished. Gets demolished. And then literally when he goes to the next team, you can watch. He literally, in his head, he's like, 1-2 run. I didn't get the ball out in 2 seconds. I got to run. And
All right.
he was getting blocked, but in his head, he's like, about to get killed. And you can't have shit like that in your head. When you get a quarterback, which to that point, Burrow this year I don't think they had a completely terrible line, but that line was garbage in some games. And this dude went to the fucking Super Bowl with that line. Right. That says so much for that kid.
Yeah, Adam's stretching here. He said Baker can be a top 20 quarterback. I think hell no, Baker is way better than Harrington. Man, I think Baker is too focused on other shit. Like I don't know if it's
it.
I don't know if it's just his commercials or what, but it seems like he's man, I wish I would have remembered this. Colin Cowherd did a pyramid, and he said that Baker Mayfield is a failure at quarterback because he's not likable by the people on his team. Man, it was like it laid it out so perfect. And I wish I could remember what it was now, but man, it was like laid it out so perfect. And I don't know, but he definitely, I feel like between his health and keeping his self in shape, like I feel like that's one of his main problems is, staying athletically fit for his position. And at the same time, his focus, like I feel like his commercials, like he spends just as much time on his commercials as he does towards football, which I'm sure is a far stretch, but at the same time, it's like, I don't know. He was a top 15 2 years ago, but he don't have a team to play on now. And regardless of what team he goes on, he's not going to be a top 20 quarterback.
Yeah. Yeah, statistically he was. And, all those passes that he made is anybody can make those passes. If fucking a 7th grader can throw a fucking dump off pass to the year that he was a quarterback. Go back and look at their wide receivers yards per catch. Probably not very high. They probably have a way, way, way more yak, which, I mean, sometimes you can say that for Patrick, too, when he does all those stupid-ass screens. But Patrick can also throw the fucking ball 70 yards down the fucking field and hit somebody. And then it's, I don't know. Like I said, when Baker came out, I seen him, like, I don't know. I thought it was another Johnny Manziel all over.
Yeah. Very comparable. I mean, Baker has definitely had his way better days. Like it hurts to compare him to
I like
Manziel.
Baker too. Like, I mean, I want him. It's like I almost want him to come in and like just go take over somewhere and be like, do something stupid, like unpredictable. And if he does go to Seattle, DK Metcalf there and Tyler Lockett. Did they is Tyler Lockett a free agent?
No, he's still there.
No, I think he's still there. They have pieces. Yeah, I don't remember if I think Rashad Penny. If that dude can stay healthy, he's a hell of a pass catcher. They could almost have the same type of team as he had in Cleveland.
Right.
But DK is he can do more things than Odell, and just.
So Andy says, "Man, you guys some Baker haters. We don't hate the guy. We wish he could do good. But
Yeah,
like
I don't.
he's not going to have a better team around him, no matter where he goes, than he had in Cleveland.
They was stacked. They was stacked 2 years ago when they had that offense, and everyone was saying the Chiefs' offense is bad. Fuck no. I would have loved to have every single piece Baker had. Just put Patrick right in there. I don't give a fuck how shitty our defense was. No one's outscoring us. No one's outscoring it. Patrick had that offense. Come on.
Right. So what?
Two number one running backs. Who the fuck has that besides Cleveland? No one.
Right. So what is it, Andy? What's going on with Baker? Why is he like? Why is Cleveland not want him? If we're the Baker haters, like what is it? I just want to know. Like, I feel like I got faith in Baker. I think he can be a good quarterback. But like I said, I don't think he's going to have a better team around him. So at this point, how does his career get better when his best team is behind him? That's my thing.
One of the things, though, did he overthink it? Did he have all of those people when he tried to? Because sometimes when you have so much talent on one team, sometimes you don't try to force to people. You try to, hey, I've already thrown the ball 10 times to this guy. I got to get it to the other guy, even though he's not getting it open. Is it that? Maybe. Because I said, like, he just come in a little more humble. Like, someone needs to set the dude down and try to get him a little more. Tell him to not give a fuck about what people think about him. Who cares? Go in there and do what you do. Like,
right.
Like what Andy Reid does for Patrick. Andy Reid don't give a fuck what Patrick does. There's so many games Patrick is out there and everybody's like, what the fuck are you doing, Patrick? What are you doing? And then all of a sudden he throws a 70-yard bomb to Tyreek, and we're like, oh, that's what he's doing. You run around like a fucking dumbass, and then he touchdown.
Yeah, he's just, be yourself.
And that's it. Like, is he... And the other thing, how many offensive coordinators has he had? Fucking 96?
Yeah, but Kevin Stefanski, his first year there was like what was it, like newcomer head coach of the year or something along them lines, I think it was. But I don't know. And I agree with I agree with Adam. He said he shouldn't have played hurt last year. They knew he was hurt and made him throw the ball 60 times. Bad coaching. I agree. They definitely pushed it and shouldn't have.
He wanted to be like Ben Roethlisberger.
Right.
Motherfucker plays hurt all the time.
Andy said, I think he will learn from his mistakes. I think Justin was right. He just has too much other shit going on and too much hype around him. He will do better without so much pressure to do good. Man,
yeah.
I agree. I think Baker has the capability of being good. But
some people just need a second chance somewhere else,
See, my thing is why would Cleveland go? I don't know. I don't know what's going on with Watson. So to give up on Watson so fast, but the opportunity to give up on Baker so fast kind of blew my mind. But then you got to think the opportunity of Watson was right now.
Yeah, there's so much. Watson's legs. Watson's more mobile. Watson has a better arm.
He's got 22 cases against him.
Yeah.
I mean,
he's got more cases.
I don't know. I feel like Baker, though, Like no matter what, he can. He has the capability of being a good NFL quarterback, but with
Oh
the
yeah, most
NFL,
definitely. He has
with
talent to get there. It's just you got to build around it. Like, and it's almost maybe Cleveland's bad, man. Like, I don't get it because their owner's cool as fuck. Like for real, he's cool, super cool. I've met him a few times, super chill, dude. And I don't understand how that happens. Like,
yeah,
I don't know. I mean, he dabbles in so much stuff, so I don't
right.
know if he just like, oh, I got the team. Yeah.
Andy said, I think Watson still might not play this year. Maybe that's why they're keeping Baker. Yeah, I could definitely see that. And
Mm.
that would be great for Baker because then that would give
Give
him
him a
his
year to show what he can do, and
right.
now he knows he's gone, and he just so he's playing to stay in the league. Which even I don't want to say that. I mean like stay in the league as a starter, not be
Right.
a backup.
Man, I think him coming out and even after all that stuff came out that they was going after Watson and Baker came out and was as humble as possible saying thank you Cleveland, you guys mean so much to me and my family. Like I think that just shows that he's because I read a thing Cleveland said that they need a grown man to play quarterback for him or something like
Yeah, see
that.
it. That's what I was getting at. I couldn't remember what the article. Like I read a couple of the articles, in the media everywhere. They're fucking pieces of shit. Like everywhere. It doesn't matter where you are. There's somebody in the media that's going to just bash somebody because they're fucking worthless. They don't got nothing better to do than fucking basically be fucking douche.
But do you think that I think Cleveland, like the media, I feel like the media gets that information for a reason. I think someone in Cleveland put that out there on purpose to try to, throw Baker off. Basically they said that they gave up on Baker and then that article came out and they was probably expecting Baker to just, lash out on him and, be immature like they said he was. And the fact that he was like, thank you, Cleveland. I appreciate everything. I think that was the smartest thing that guy could have done.
Oh yeah,
I think that could have
yeah.
potentially saved his career right there because, if I'm a GM and I see Baker's, on the trading block, I'm not going to think about it if he goes out and goes, oh, yeah, fuck Cleveland. They're not worth or I don't care who they think's grown to, just lashes back out at him. But the fact that he was so humble and said, thank you for everything, Cleveland. Appreciate it. You mean so much to me and my family. If I'm a general manager, I'm like, you know what? Maybe they don't know what they're talking about. I think Baker deserves a chance. And hell, I got Carson Wentz. So what? It's not like Baker could do worse than Carson Wentz. And shit, if I'm Washington, I'm gonna give him a phone call. Why not?
You think he's better than Goff?
Oh yeah,
Yeah. So Goff is another person that I think has everything there that is very underwhelming and has been underwhelming for years. I think when I do think Stafford has a little bit better arm, but a lot of those throws that Stafford does and the reads that he does, I've seen Goff do. It's just the inconsistency of can he do it every game? And
right.
can he get rocked and then get back up and throw that bomb while he's getting rocked? And
Yeah,
exactly,
Adam
I think
said Goff
that, and exactly, that's
broken
pinpoint.
mentally.
That's it. Like somewhere along the lines, like somebody went up to Goff and was like, basically, you're a piece of shit, and he just took it to heart.
Right.
That's what it seems like. Because the game we played them in the season, what was it, like 58 to fucking 57 or something, just outrageously dumb.
Yeah, that was
ridiculous.
crazy. That was the best Jared Goff anybody's ever seen. If he played like that every game, he would still play for the Rams.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
But yeah, that inconsistency is just, something you can't have when it comes to, your quarterback, your leader, your everything, basically.
Yeah.
So I got a pretty crazy question for you, Seth. Okay, so there's people that trade, like 3 first-round draft picks or something to get that first overall draft pick to get that franchise quarterback that they think is going to potentially be their franchise quarterback, right? So, say like Russell Wilson, for instance, going to Denver. What is what's a franchise quarterback worth, like first round draft pick wise?
To me, it depends on where the rest of your team's at. Like Denver, Jerry Jeudy's pretty good. He hasn't, to me, shown that he's the beast that everyone thought he was going to be. Cortland Sutton, he's really good. They don't have that tight end anymore, so yeah. But that backup tight end that was from Mizzou, he did all right filling in. Hell, they might draft a tight end this year. I don't know about how much they paid for him, though. I think they might have overpaid, but because of how good their defense is, how good their offense could be, they have Jameson Williams, and that dude looks like he's going to be an absolute stud. Fucking tore us up. That could be their missing piece. Like when you say that, it's more or less how much is a Super Bowl worth to you? Because really, they lost games like by one possession that they could have won because Drew Lock throws a dumb interception. Teddy Bridgewater is not the old Teddy Bridgewater. He just wants to. He'd rather get hit and go down than try to run and throw the ball like he did when he was a Viking. It's just that's not the same Teddy I know.
Let me back it up a little bit. So, okay, not meaning any specific teams at all, okay? But you have the availability to go get Tom Brady. How many first-round draft picks are you willing to give up for him?
And that's exactly what I said. Like it's all depends on what the team you have. Like if I'm a Detroit Lions or something, and I can get Tom Brady, and pretty much even with Tom Brady, I'm just gonna maybe at best be a playoff team that loses in the first round. Not worth it to me. Not worth it at all. I'm not giving you 2 first-round picks for that. You can give me maybe for 1, but if it's a potential to where my team is built, all I need is a quarterback. Yeah, I'm gonna give you maybe 3. 3 first-round picks is a lot, but to put you and your fans and your team in a Super Bowl, it's worth it. It's definitely worth it.
Okay, so the reason I even brought this up was because I watched this video earlier, and it was Colin Cowherd, of course, of all people, and he said that the Giants should have went out and fought for Russell Wilson. He said that he thinks Russell Wilson would have been worth 9 first-round draft picks. He said a first-round draft pick every year that he played until he was gone. So if he played for 9 more years, 9 draft picks. 10 more years, 10 first-round draft picks.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if you're going to that, I'd give up Patrick for that.
You'd give up Patrick for 10 first-round
I'd
draft
fucking
picks?
give up Patrick's for 10 first-round draft picks. Could you fucking imagine what you could get for 10 fucking first-round draft picks?
A bunch of maybes? I mean, I don't
Fucking
know.
Patrick was a big maybe himself. A
I know.
huge maybe.
Right, and we hit a home run on that, and you're willing to give that up?
Anybody in the draft that year that when we seen Patrick, what did they fucking say? You stupid motherfuckers. You didn't take Watson? Everybody.
I mean, Watson's
Except
not
for
a bad
maybe
choice.
very few people.
I mean, Watson.
Very few people.
I wouldn't get
then, not now.
I mean, you're getting 9 first-round draft picks from a team. You're not getting all those in 1 year, obviously. So is it really worth a first-round pick every year to lose Patrick Mahomes?
Yeah, see, that goes to the same boat of where your team's at.
Okay, so you're a Chiefs fan.
If you have
a Chiefs fan, if the Chiefs got rid of Patrick Mahomes today for a first-round draft pick for the next 9 years, you'd be okay with that?
It depends on where that first pick is at and how the draft looks. If we're talking this year's draft, I'd smack the shit out of our GM.
Right.
If you're talking about next year's draft, it looks like they might have some damn good QBs in it. Maybe.
That's the thing. Maybe.
But it's got to be the 1 or 2. And the number 2 has to be, I'm getting the best quarterback in the draft. It's not going to be, the other number 1 team is going to pick that quarterback and then fuck me.
But that's the thing.
I have to get that quarterback.
You never know what that team is going to do that year. So how do you project what first-round pick you're going to get? You can't.
Are they set at quarterback?
So my question is, would you give up Patrick Mahomes for a first-round draft pick for the next 10 years?
If I had the number 1 pick. And there was a quarterback that was worth picking. And
yeah, I agree with Adam. He said, hell no, I wouldn't give up anything for Pat. I'd give up 10 picks for Patrick, though. You don't know what the draft looks like in 4 years. Give me the best quarterback for
but
every
you're talking
pick.
You're talking somebody that's going to do something like that is not going to be the number 1 pick more than likely. So,
right.
I wouldn't do it. No. But that's what it would have to be for me. Like, if I'm giving up somebody capability, I have to have 1 pick in a QB draft. I'm not giving you up somebody with his talent for a fucking. I think I lost it for a little bit. You hear me?
Yep.
So the best quarterback, in my opinion, in this draft is Malik Willis. No. Do I think he has a lot? Yeah, he has a cannon for an arm. He's super mobile. He can throw on the run. Would I give up for him? And no. It's got to be somebody that I can look at and be like, hey, this might be the next Peyton Manning. Hey, this might be and then even that, like what Adam says, maybe them already give you a quarterback like Trevor Lawrence and picks.
Yeah, no one's gonna do that in their right mind though. But that's the thing. The Russell Wilson trade was done this year. So was that was that smart?
Was it 3 first round? Was it 2 or 3 first round picks? I think it was 3 first round picks.
3 with Drew Lock and Noah Fant, I believe.
Well, Drew Lock is said nothing comes out of Mizzou as far as quarterbacks or offense, really. Jeremy Maclin, maybe might be their best offensive player. I don't know. He's a career backup, just like his buddy. His buddy that's a career backup, the old Chiefs quarterback. I think Chase Daniel. There it is.
Yes, there it is.
Drew Lock's same thing. Mizzou career backup. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's pretty crazy though. Like, I mean, if you think about it though, like if the shoes were flipped and we didn't have a quarterback, we still had Tyreek and Kelsey, you know.
See, that's where I was at with the Broncos situation. But with trading away Noah Fant has done nothing but show you he can be a top tight end, and you fucking package him away for a quarterback. Come on. So throw somebody else in there. Throw them another fucking pick. You already fucking gave them fucking everything they fucking wanted. Right. Give them another fucking pick. Give them another fucking second or something. Fucking Noah Fant. Come on. That was the only part of that trade that I thought was absolutely fucking stupid.
Yeah, but I liked it as a Chiefs fan. I'm glad they got rid of him because, like you said, he was a good tight end. Great tight end.
Yeah.
And I think if they get him a decent quarterback that could throw him the ball, he could be a top 5.
Yeah, exactly. And like I said, Judy hasn't showed me enough, and he hasn't as a quarterback yet. Well, Russell,
right.
The thing, I'm not really scared of Russell though. That's my thing. Like I've called up 6-game Russell. He gives you 6 good games, 6 very.
Looks like we lost Seth there. Alrighty. Okay. Adam said Noah Fant is mid. Ah, man, he ain't had a quarterback like he said. I don't know. I feel like it's just so hard to judge a player, like a receiver or tight end, based off of, the quarterback, the play that he has with no quarterback. Like, he hasn't had a good quarter. Like, it'd be different if he started there, like at the end of the Peyton Manning era, and he did nothing. I think the fact that Noah Fant finally gets him a quarterback, I think there's a chance, or Noah Fant's not getting a quarterback actually because he got traded. Oh, there we go. There's Seth.
My tablet died.
Well, it looks like you're back with us. So you want to go ahead and finish saying what you were saying there, bud?
What I'm saying is I'm not really scared of Russell. To me, Russell he always has like 6 games a year where he's a top 3 quarterback, like absolute God mode, and then he just goes back to being 15 or below.
All right. I disagree.
He does. Just do the walk. Go. Like, he really does, dude. He'll have beginning of the season. You'll watch. He'll come out super strong. And then he'll have about week 4, he'll have an average game. Then he'll come back and have a couple more weeks in a row, and then he'll come out and he'll have 3-4 games that are just absolute why. What the fuck are you doing, Russ? And then he'll
Wasn't
come
it?
back and he'll have 2-3 really good games in a row, and it's just what he does, and it's just
Wasn't it like 2 years ago that he was like the leader of the MVP race almost the whole year until like the
for a long
final
time.
4 games or something like that?
And it's because of what I just said. He fucking came out at the first 6 games and just absolutely demolished everybody. He literally was throwing like 400, like something stupid, 380 plus yards a game, like, and then everyone was playing catch up, running around, just having like 50 plus rush yards a game, and then he started getting slower and then slower and slower, and then people were catching him, and then he wasn't having them games, so he lost the MVP. And it
Yeah.
happens to him every year, and I don't know if it's because he was getting beat up or something or what, and he's just slowing down, or if I mean I know the way the past few years how they've been having the games is the last like was it 6 games are usually pretty tough games, and they try to give you division games in those, so you're going to get like the best of those people because they're possibly fighting for their playoff spot, or they're just fighting to say, hey, fuck this guy, they ain't going to the playoffs, they're in my division.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like it was definitely longer than 6 games because I feel like it was like the
Yeah,
last
he did. He had a lot more games that year, but that's just what it
that
seems like
year.
to me. Like
Right.
it's it just seems like he starts off so strong, and he could just, as I said, he could, you're at the beginning of the season, you haven't had to deal with all those hits and those injuries. Because, I mean, look, like, what, we don't play football, and fuck, dude, I get up for work, and sometimes I'm like, oh, just let me go back to sleep. My bones are hurting. They take fucking hits, and they still got to get up and play. I don't do that shit.
Right. Yeah, I don't know, man. It's gonna be a different.
It's going to be really competitive in our division this year. It really competitive. Um, and Carr got his boy back, so he is he going to put up MVP numbers?
Who, Carr?
Because I mean he's done. Yeah,
Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean,
Carr's done it before.
dude, Carr
Kinda.
is. He's. Dude, think of what he did last year with all the shit that went on on his team.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? The Henry
I heard.
Ruggs thing, the losing
Yeah,
his head coach. All that stuff.
I think
New?
losing the head coach was a blessing though. That dude's a clown. I I thought he's overrated.
I
He
mean,
he got handed a fucking team. Handed a team that was built for him that he won went to the championship with. Yeah,
I
he
mean,
did build the other team.
I get that, but at the same time, we're talking about Derek Carr. Regardless, he lost his head coach. Whether whether that was a good thing or a bad thing, there's a lot of shit to deal with in one
Oh
year.
yeah, and to
And
keep
then to go and win that last game to take your team to the playoffs, like, man, I think that just says a lot about the guy, like, honestly.
yeah. I
And then
know.
you put Devontae with him, bro. Oh
Yeah,
man, that
yeah,
gives Waller less
yeah. They're not
cover.
going to double team
Like,
Waller. They're not going to
right?
double team Waller anymore because that's what they were doing. And I read that Green Bay was trying to get Hunter Renfrow from them in that Devontae Adams trade, but they denied him for it, and that's why they gave him that second round pick.
Makes sense.
Instead of it was going to be Hunter Renfrow and something else, and they were like, "We'll give you this." Well, so I don't know. Hunter Renfrow he had a damn good season last year. Damn good. So I think this season the buy in fantasy is going to be Waller. Our tight ends.
The what in fantasy?
A big buy is going to be Darren Waller for fantasy.
For sure.
Because what happens when he has people that are semi-consistent, and now he's not going to be taking on them double teams as long as Devontae Adams is healthy in there. He's not going to be, and he's a big dude, so he might have 1,000-yard season.
Oh, for sure. I agree with you 100%. And honestly, I think they're going to be so well-rounded. I think that's just going to give Renfrow more opportunities. I mean, obviously, he's going to have less targets. You know, they're going to have to share targets, obviously. But I think between Renfrow, Adams, Waller, even Bryan Edwards, I think they're going to be – I think they're going to be a damn good team next year. Josh Jacobs, I mean – I think they're going to be pretty damn good.
I mean, we have a potential to have like the worst record being 9-8 in our division,
right?
Which is pretty scary because you could say we could get three teams in our division going to the playoffs.
I agree.
Division teams are always the scariest to play because they know you better than all of the other teams.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, it's going to be an interesting season to say the least. So who do you think is going to be the worst team in our division?
The Broncos.
Really?
I don't think they're going to put it together. I don't think they're going to put it together. I think it's going to be the Broncos at 9-8 and the Raiders will beat them just slightly.
Yeah. Man, I don't know. Like, honestly, I think there's a chance that, you know, the Raiders and Chiefs fight for 1 and 2. I mean, I believe in Herbert, but at the same time, it's like he's definitely proven himself. And
my thing with Herbert is at the point in the career where his wide receivers are, like, I'm still not a believer in Williams. Did he have a good season last year? Yeah. But all the rest of them are just Keenan Allen is probably one of the best wide receivers in the league to do the shit he's done. He's done shit that wide receivers never have done. And, but he's getting older, and with him, like last year, he was getting injured. And what I'm afraid for their team is a lot of times when you have players like Keenan Allen that catch 100 balls every year, and I think I read something on it the other day. I think he's the only one that's had over 100 catches for 5 years in maybe his career.
Wow. Well, we got a surprise visit here by yours truly, Adam.
Gentlemen, I had to hop on, and I will tell you why. Seth, bro, you're fucking high. Dude, Pat is worth every single pick to a shitty team. I don't care if there's not one good player on that team. You always take a quarterback who's the best of the best, my guy, regardless of what's around him. You don't know that in that chat. No, hear me out.
I don't think so.
Let's say you get a guy like Peyton Manning. How many of those guys have came out that's been like Peyton Manning, bro? Andrew Luck's been the only, like, all right, this guy coming out is for sure. Herbert was the throwaway. Nobody gave a fuck about Herbert. Tua was Burrow was a guy like, all right, let's see how he translates how he translates to the NFL, which it's worked out well. But man, as the Chiefs, there's not a team that I would trade anybody for Patrick to for 100 fucking picks, because you're not guaranteed that you're going to get that quarterback in the next 4, 5, 6, 7 years.
Yeah, but it's been proven that you don't need the best quarterback to win.
To win the Super Bowl, you do.
Oh no.
What quarterback that wasn't won the Super Bowl, bro?
Hey, the best quarterback in every division last year
you
won
need a
their
consistent
division.
quarterback. Oh yeah, and that's the first time ever.
Give me the best quarterback every time, every fucking time.
Yeah, I mean, most definitely, quarterback's the most important position.
That's my point. So you can get it right. I would trade the fucking farm and the owner's wife.
I don't know how the owner would feel about that, though.
It's just.
She come back after the season. The guy retired. Maybe it's a league.
It's just one of those things that it's not realistic. Like to say like it's just
ever happen. I mean, we're working on theoretically here, but you can't tell me the Detroit Lions want to fucking trade all their picks and whoever's fucking good on their team, which I don't think is anybody.
They got DeAndre Swift.
Like I said, no. They
got TJ Hawkinson.
It's a top 10 tight end. I give you that, but he's not a generation. He won't go down as one of the fucking. He won't go down as a tight end that will remember. You know what I mean? What's that? Jeremy Shockey at best. You know what I mean? Like he's not a generational tight end that's going to.
Shockey has 2 Super Bowls. I'm pretty sure.
I think T.J. Hawkinson definitely has a chance to be a top 5 tight end if he gets a good quarterback.
Okay, but even then, will it matter? Because
it will.
It's like Detroit.
I see the
quarterback,
and then that's exactly where I was at. Where you said it doesn't matter. Like they just gave up the fucking farm to get Patrick.
What's a good quarterback to fucking Stafford, bro? Like Stafford's never been Patrick.
Yeah.
Good,
Stafford's good, but
Stafford's really good. He's never been great. He's never been the best quarterback in the league. That's the difference with Pat. He's been
also never
league and still in that.
Never had a team like
right. Yeah. The Rams went out and put every piece around them possible, and did it again this year.
But even then, bro, there's not any point in Stafford's career that you would have took Stafford over Patrick. Any point, like, you know what I mean? Like if you're not taking,
he's so much older than Patrick. Man, Patrick was probably in high school.
That's not what I'm saying.
I would have taken Stafford over Alex Smith his first year here.
Yeah, no shit, you fucking. Go there though. Still the fucking third best quarterback in Chiefs franchise history.
Yeah, he just doesn't measure up to any of the other quarterbacks in franchise history.
He's the third best. There's Pat.
I said franchise. I didn't say Chiefs franchise. I said franchise.
We're talking about the Chiefs franchise. All right. Definitely top 250 all time.
Yeah.
So
yeah. That shows how bad our quarterback room has been for so long.
No, that's we have had the worst.
I think
that's another point I have with the quarterback thing, bro. We never got it right until we got it right with Patrick. We was doing all this bullshit. I mean, it seems like teams are more likely to come up off better quarterbacks now. Before you have to trade fucking quarterback, fucking Dave Craig, players like that. So like you wasn't getting Jim Kelly's phase or nothing like that.
I do got a question for you, Adam. What would you like to see us do in the first round?
Oh, go defense. Defense heavy. Go line. Defensive line.
That's what
we need to rebuild that line. D tackle.
that's kind of what I was going with him is I want to stay defense, and like a lot of the mocks is just lately too. They're gonna move up to get wide receiver, and it's been a rumor floating around that they're trying to get the 10th pick, which I think is the Giants pick, and they're gonna give them both of our first rounds.
No, I think it's only worth, if you're going into the top 3, it's only worth giving up what you got with how deep this or at edge rusher and at wide receiver. If, in my opinion, if we're going to do anything, trade that for one of those first round picks, gather up picks next year. We have 12 picks, get a second round pick next year, a second round pick this year, and just kind of work through that way. So build up that mid-tier depth that we need.
I think the whole trading up to the Giants pick, though, is also in association to the James Bradbury thing. If the Chiefs get rid of their 2 first-round picks, get James Bradbury and the 10th overall pick, and they also go out and get Stephon Gilmore, then that gives us our corners right there. We got our same defensive. We got our same defensive line almost, and then at that rate, we got Justin Reed to replace Tyrann Mathieu, and then we got that other safety to replace Sorensen. So, in a sense, we're kind of back to the same defense we had last year. So maybe that's why they're thinking, go wide receiver with that pick, because they have plans elsewhere for the cornerback position. Maybe
I think we got enough depth at wide receiver to be okay. You know what I mean? All we need to be is a top 10 offense, to be honest with you. But we need to get that defense at least a top 15 with preferably top 10. If you can sign me up with Pat with the top 10 defense over a top 10 offense.
I'm perfectly
that in the top 10 defense. I like that.
Yeah, I'm also perfectly fine with him using Noah Gray a little bit more, because he showed a little wiggle last year. He showed
how to fucking drop the ball too, though.
Yeah, but he didn't really get any time though, and then they just kind of throwed him in. But if he's gonna drop it, no, he doesn't deserve it. But.
No, but there's other options going to go.
Then the other thing that I read about too was them moving Josh Gordon to tight end. Josh Gordon's a hell of a blocker.
It's too old, man. It's too old to be trying to push that. That's shit you do with young guys.
Is he though?
Hey,
he's 30.
He's 30.
And he already knows how to block.
Well, yeah, but blocking as a wide receiver and blocking on the line as a tight end is 2 different things. So because you don't need him, not too often are we going to have two tight ends playing wide out. You know what I mean? Like, it's going to happen. Definitely those packages, but you need a more traditional tight end. That's where I do like Noah Gray. He can be that more traditional tight end.
You're
right. I would like to see him get some more attempts thrown at him this year, but I mean, I don't see him as a breakout player.
Okay, but to go back to that Noah Gray thing, you said that he had drops, so he doesn't really deserve. I mean, Bobby Witt had like 3 strikeouts before he had his double to, bring home that game-winning run. I mean,
you can't fucking compare baseball percent.
I know, but I just
if you suck 30% of the time, you're fucking a great player.
I know, but you got a rookie tight end in there. You gotta expect some kind of drops. You can't expect perfection out of a rookie tight end. Especially when he's following in the footsteps of one of the greatest tight ends to ever play the game.
Right. So therefore, you have to be better.
There's so much history.
Going to get on
tight
the
end. So much tight end history in Chiefs.
If you're going to get on the field, you're going to have to, though. Like in this offense, if you're not going to catch the ball consistently, you're not going to get on the fucking field. We don't have time for it to go through your growing pains. We're trying to win championships right now. Not like you'll go through your growing pains. All right, we're going to give you some attempts, but they're going to be more limited if you're not having success most of the time. Not saying that he had a shit ton of drops. He had like key drops and keys or drops in key
In
situations.
clutch. Yeah.
Right.
Where he needed to. Yeah.
Where we
most
needed
definitely.
him. So you pull up those clutch catches, you're going to get more trust from the offense coordinator and Andy Reid, and that's where you're going to get your opportunity. You have to take advantage of the opportunities that you have because they're going to be few and far between. So, and I would say even less now because we have even less weapons. We have more weapons that are suitable to catch the ball. Before it was Tyreek, Kelsey, and Pringle. Every once in a while will pull through on the clutch, and you had McCole with his kind of gimmick shit. So, I think Juju's going to be consistent. So he's going to get his. MVS is better than any of the number 2 wide receiver I'd say we had last year. McCole's still going to be Cole. So now you're talking about a 4th receiver / tight end that you're going to be looking to get.
So, would you be happy if the Chiefs drafted a wide receiver with the 1st or 2nd?
No, I'd be disappointed. I was
that's...
2 years ago when we drafted Clyde. I didn't want a running back because I feel like you running a decent running back, you'd be mediocre, not waiting around. So.
Okay, but if they do and he turns out to be the next Justin Jefferson or Jamar Chase, are you still going to be mad?
No, not at all. But we're also, hindsight. But, bro, yeah, fucking hindsight's 20/20. Like, I was one of those guys who also wanted Deshaun Watson, too, because I seen him ball throughout college. Pat, I just seen him fucking just murdered the Jayhawks mostly, so that didn't say much. Yeah. But, so, yeah, hindsight 20/20. I definitely would like Pat over fucking not what now. But yeah, hindsight's 20/20. If it's up to me, I'm looking to bolster that defense to have a more well-rounded team.
See, that's the thing that makes it so tough for me. It's like, because we don't really know, because what if they do plan on going out and getting Stephon Gilmore and James Bradbury? At that point, that's our starting 2 cornerbacks, and then all we need is
Bradbury's off the table. They done said they're not trading him.
Oh, they did?
So, yeah. So, on the thing, too, though, if with the Bradbury thing, we would have to pay him, like, close to $11 million. We only have 18. Like, we're not going to have the money to sign Gilmore. And if we do, then we're going to have to trade picks away because then we won't be able to have money to pay the rookies coming in, especially 2 first-round picks. 2 first-round picks?
Nah, it ain't worth it. So, plus, I like what Veach can do. He's been known to bring in guys that are unknown in the cornerback position and have success. So, I mean, we're going to be all right in the secondary. There's one thing we're going to be all right in the secondary. What scares me is his history of building a defensive line. It's not happened.
What did you say that our defense needs to be to be content with Pat, basically? You said top 15?
Top 10.
Top 10?
Yeah. Well, if we have a top 10 offense, top 10 defense, I said, but I would definitely take a top 15 offense and a top 10 defense.
When's the last time we've had a top 10 defense?
Bob Sutton, the year that Houston had 24 sacks. So, 2016?
Right.
Something like that. So, that was the last time we had a top 10 defense. So, it's been pretty much fucking downhill.
So, you think at this rate it's time to kind of change the tables and try to be a top 10 defense with the top 15 offense instead of a top 10 offense with the top 15 defense?
Absolutely. I also think that plays into the Arrowhead crowd, man. So, like, defense what gets the crowd jumping out in the Arrowhead because that's when you get to be involved in the game. So, if you can have Pat being, managing the game with his elite skill, that puts us in the best position to be top-tier team every single year.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like with 12 draft picks that we could we can afford to go wide receiver with the first one. I don't know though.
Yeah, no, you might be right too, especially with how they're saying how deep we are, how deep the rush is, or how deep the draft is with edge rushers.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. I guess we'll see. We'll have to leave it up to the damn professionals.
Yeah. Well, jumping on that note, I appreciate you having me. I'm getting off here.
Later.
Have a good night.
Holler at me.
Yep.
All right, Seth, man. I think I'm gonna get on off of here too, man, and go hang out with the kids. So,
oh yeah.
I appreciate you coming on with me. You got any last words?
Oh no, I just hope they stick to defense. Really.
Yeah, I mean, dude, honestly, that's the thing. When it comes to the draft, I just hope that it works out. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not. That's not my forte. You know, I can judge them, but I feel like every time I do, I'm wrong. So I just step to the side and let them handle it.
All right. Well. All right. Everybody have a good night.
Thanks. Have a good one, man.